We're going to leave you with last part of the manatee. Thank you so much. Stitching close the eye of the falcon, without seemly rectitude, without the platitude of, oh, thou muddled media pundit, without questionable doubt or metabolism, without a geographic category of speech that will travail, without a hint or glint of secular mastery, without ritual framing of that which should be plural, could be axiomatic, and of many pistols made, without hiding, without all of them hiding in their small ways, paws tucked under, claws retracted, without measure and accountability, without a non-routine check of passports, pets allowed, and how deportees suffer the long reign of inhumanity, without your endurance of watching, always watching someone else go down, humiliation, without humiliation, without the venom of humiliation, without contrapuntal structure, without the singing voice of lark, a volume modest, and zooplankton's glorious light that travels with you and for you many light years. Without the temple of inscriptions, without the Paleocene of geologic time, without its placental mammals with a plan, a man, a canal, might you remember Panama? Without the spurge laurel, without the aminos that haunt the system, without translunar spectrums beyond your familiar moons, and without the sinews you count on with their stretch and synaptic tug like lunar devices that carry you over, carry you above many moons. Without the demonic, how will you be in a version of demonic? Without a theatrical sense of illusion and banding about on or inside a thermosphere, without it working against you, and when it does, being able to go on without it. Without gabaks, without gazelles that you study in neighboring Persian poetries, without spallation, and without a diving bell, how will you survive? Without rapacious wildcats, without the sense of security you have always expected, without your familiar stage fright, without the caves, without the bombing of caves, without the mystery of caves, without the caves in your memory of that mystery that lives in caves, without caves that long to exist in the handprint in the cave of that memory that haunts your brain cavity or wolf cavity, cavity of whale, without the rivets that hold the mammal together, that hold the whole throbbing machine together, that assert the rivet dominion of pinion lore, without which you do not have a plan of fastening together of ribs, of wings, of arms for the automaton that holds the whole capital together, without its own mind of wheels and cogs and mudras that run the show, without all the pixels and efforts of more domination, without facticity, without facsimiles of intent, of high technological information, without high-speed wonderment, without multiple star-crossed wonderment, without the wonder of discovery. You are warm, you are human, but maybe not so warm. Human, you are cold-blooded, remote, bold, predatory, without mercy to so many of them, those others, so many you never encounter, never see, without preemptive night, without predilection of night, without the restitution of night, without which you could never recover, you could never sleep, you could never dream, you could never heal, without night's netherworld ancestry, without its dark glow of survival held over you in mind's eye, in heart's mind, in the eye of the falcon, in the eye of the manatee, of which you are no small part, without the enigmatic, without the obscure, the tragic, the lone one, without magnetic poles, without the mass from an infinitely distant position to a designated point in a static electric, magnetic, or gravitational field, without the blush of betrayal, without the blush of dear aspiration, without credentials of what keeps you here, bound and chastened and bidden, without privilege, how long will you manage, without facing the other way from one another, without that being in agreement, facing, without opposable thumbs, without your vending, your selling of vendettas, without the animalized ones that live near you, under you, over you, above you, in dream and story and song, without borders to cross, without needing to carry things over borders, the invasion of your homeland coming soon. Without it, what about it, without it, what call in the night, what call is answered, what nuance, what tantrum in the night, what martyrdom of dreaming your own birth, your own end of history, or end of speculation of that end, what call, what alarm is sounding deep in the home. Thank you. Thank you, my dear friends from City Lights, for everyone who made this work. Thank you all for coming.